all taking place. Adam, what are you hearing regarding Odell Beckham's future?
Well, Wendy, you don't quit on talent, but you certainly try to make sure that that talent is somebody that you want to have around in the future. And you listen to all of these Giants officials address the situation. Nobody has squashed the idea that the Giants are interested and open to dealing Odell Beckham Jr., which leaves this open up until and during the draft if a deal does get done. But the Giants have done nothing to squash it. I think there are teams out there that are quietly eyeing Odell Beckham Jr. I think there are teams out there that are trying to figure out what a price would be. One general manager told me yesterday that if Odell Beckham Jr. were traded, he could see the price being a 2 and a 4, which is exactly the price that went for Marcus Peters, another talented player traded this offseason to the Los Angeles Rams. Another GM said he saw the compensation being something in line for what the Seahawks once gave up to the Minnesota Vikings, a 1, a 7, and a 3. But you get the sense there between those two trades is the proper compensation for Odell Beckham Jr. And while the Giants have been quick to admit that they are not openly shopping Odell Beckham Jr., Mort, it certainly seems like they are open and listening to offers that would come in for their talented wide receiver.
Well, let's review the past few days. Heard some undercurrents before John Mara, the co-owner, spoke that something big could come up, and it seemed to be talking about Odell Beckham Jr.
Correct.
We heard that behind the scenes on Sunday. Then John Mara comes out and says he's tired of talking about him. Nobody's untouchable on this team. And then Pat Shurmur, the coach, the new head coach, kind of leaves that he's on our team right now, although Pat tried to tell me, that's not what I meant, that's not what I meant. But then Dave Gettleman felt compelled to come out and address this with the media. And during that, he said, you don't quit on talent 2 times. So he said that. But he also was asked, well, can you say for sure Odell Beckham Jr. will be on the team? And something that we didn't show, he said, well, I can't even predict whether I'm going to have a heart attack in the next right now. So there always seems to be some qualifier. So you have to believe, as Adam has suggested, that they are open to it if the right deal came along.
Guys, thank you. We'll get back to you momentarily. And we've certainly seen some wideouts get shipped off to other teams in their primes. It's happened before. Terrell Owens went to the Eagles in a 3-team deal after a settlement regarding his free agency situation. Randy Moss was traded twice between 05 and 07, and he eventually landed in New England. And then Keyshawn Johnson dealt to Tampa Bay from the Jets in the year 2000. We ask this, as we often do, time for patience, or should we panic? And with that, I mean Giants fans that Odell Beckham Jr. will be on their roster on opening day. Panic or patience, Tim?
Well, here's what I would say. Panic or patience on this?
Oh, you got the button.
Yeah, I have a button here. I'm
good.
prepared to use it because JPP, does he have talent? Yeah.
Yes.
Did they quit on him? They trade him? They get rid of him? Listen, I have panic on this one. The reality is, yeah, of course he has talent. Nobody is disputing that Odell Beckham Jr. has talent. But John Mara was tired of talking to him yesterday. Dave Gettleman's still talking about him today. Pat Shurmur's talking about him today. Do you think John Mara is happy with how this is going, that they're at the owners' meeting and they're answering all these questions about Odell Beckham Jr. and they're asked simple questions like, do you want him on your team?
And they can't say an affirmative yes.
Do you want him on your team? And they don't even get a straight answer out of that. I think the Giants are very ready, and they're sending a signal to the rest of the league that they are open for business.
Diana?
All right, I'm going to...
Do you need the button?
I can help you if you need me.
You see what they're trying to do already? What side am I going to pick? Which brother am I going with? I'm going to stick with Tim, so hit it for me, please. I am in agreement, and Adam laid it out perfectly, which is they're not doing anything to send the message of Odell Beckham Jr. should be on this team. It's a simple word. It's a simple way to answer a question. We've seen them do it before. Just take a look at some of those interviews that they've done, a month and a half ago. They were so excited about Odell, and it's been very clear that they believe he's talented. We know that. But are they willing to pay? And it seems at this point that is not something they're willing to do.
Well, it's interesting to me when Gettleman was also asked, you said he had a clean slate. He did get a straight answer there. He said, I did say that. And then the question, is that the case now? You tell me, because clearly it's not. There's already been another incident.
Everyone says pay the guy, but we don't have to live with them, right? The Giants know what they have to live with.
Yeah, and I'm going to disagree with you guys. I think this is patience. Obviously this is annoying for ownership, for the GM, and for the head coach to have to answer these questions, and 3 questions that the head coach had to answer about him. But I just think this is contract negotiation. Like, these guys are all speaking the same language. I remember even as a player, we had a great player on our team that was holding out. And the PR director would come to me and be like, hey, listen, could you please not use these buzzwords when you talk about your teammate? Please don't say best player in the game. Please don't say franchise player. Please don't say
invaluable
agent.
So what, Walter Jones, did you tell him?
I'm not saying who it is, but they were saying, hey, we don't want the agent to go use this against us. And so when I hear ownership, GM, head coach in unison, very measured, very calculated with what they're saying, it's two things. It's, hey, we're in a contract negotiation, and also stop leaking things to people like you're not going to step foot on the field. And then the other thing is, yes, hey, if someone's crazy enough to make us an offer, LA or someone else, we'll listen. We are rebuilding. We will listen to any and all offer that someone has.
Well, to your point, they said that they want to establish law and order, right? That's the first thing they said they wanted to address in that Giants organization, and them being in sync this way. But they can say all they want. It's all going to come down to what they do. That's what players care most about.
Did you think Gettleman's response was measured? Really?
Yeah, that was.
Didn't really seem measured.
I meant the owner and the head coach were measured.
Did he look like he was
Yeah,
taking
that was
notes?
entertaining. I actually enjoyed it.
Making sure
I
of it.
enjoyed that.
Yeah, he's an interesting